Let's give a big hand to Eastside Elementary School and their principal, Marissa Rising, for hosting us. This is an absolutely wonderful school. I have to admit, I've been at Antelope Valley most of my life. I've never been out here. This is an absolutely beautiful campus and school. So you guys should be really, really proud of this place. We are very proud of our Martin Luther King Day of Service event. It's truly an event that the community gets together and help people. But events need leadership, and it's not just the staff that leads it and does the work. But we have the honor today of hearing from two people, Vice Mayor Crist and Henry Hearns, whose whole life have been dedicated to serving this community. And it really is apropos that they're the people representing it, because in different ways, they've given back to this community, and their example helps inspire others to go out and serve. And that's what this day is about. So it's my distinct pleasure first to introduce Vice Mayor Marvin Crist.
The city of Lancaster takes donating the time to others very seriously. Martin Luther King said, "What are you doing for others?" That was one of his big questions. Well, Henry has taken that seriously. We just talked a little while. Over 40 years, Henry has donated his time in the name of Dr. Martin Luther King. And we thank you, Henry. Thank you for that. But the city of Lancaster has over 800 volunteers. Last year, we did over 5,000 hours of service. Everyone can serve. That's another famous quote Dr. King said, everyone can serve. You can serve your community. It can become a community. And if everyone gives an hour, if they can give $1, give something during this day. Give part of your time. Do something for your community. This is a time when we all come together, and Lancaster has been doing this for the last 7 years. But Henry, you've been doing this for the last 25 years in the city of Lancaster, and we applaud you for that. And remember, everybody give. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I said to somebody yesterday, and they were mentioning the fact of all the things that they felt that I have done here in the community, but I don't think anything about that. I didn't count the years. I didn't look to see what I had done. I looked to see what I could do, because I don't believe that I need to be one who live in a community and use up its resources without putting back into the community. And that is exactly what Dr. Martin Luther King was really all about. He was all about giving totally to his community and to his country. And ladies and gentlemen, I know that you know this, that our country was in a bad fix prior to him stepping up to the plate and saying that we can do something together. And a lot of people look at him as a black man. They look at him as being servant to blacks, but he was a servant to America. There's no question in my mind. So what Dr. Martin Luther King did is sensitize America to come back to its creed. One nation under God, with liberty and justice for all. And that's what he sensitized us to. And this is what the Day of Service is really all about, is to make sure that our community come together. Now, I want to mention this, that our pastors in the area has come together, and we will be doing services right along with the city and other community organizations to make sure that houses get painted. In other words, what we're doing is saying to the city, we're right arm in arm with you, and we want to let the community know that you're not by yourself, city. We're right with you. So I am honored to be a part of the Day of Services, honoring Dr. Martin Luther King and serving our community, not only painting houses, but you'll see those people from the various churches grinning and going on just to pick up a piece of paper off the street and put it in the trash can. So I'm glad to be here today, and I'm honored that the city would allow me to be a part of announcing this Day of Services on January 17th. Now I've gotten permission, and I want to hold this up and hope that you take a shot on this. And what it says is that this is known as Justice Sunday, which will be the next day, the 18th. And that will be at the Lancaster Performing Arts Theater. And that will be at 4 p.m. so that we wait till everybody gets out of church and then they can come together. Now, what we've been fortunate enough to have is the newly elected chef, Jim McDonald, will give our speech that day. He will be the one that's coming to let us know that he intends to help us to keep our community, our city, our Antelope Valley from becoming a part or being like Ferguson, Missouri, because we're going to work together. And that's what services are really all about. So that will be at 4 o'clock on Sunday the 18th at the Lancaster Performing Arts Theater. And I know everybody know where, 750 West Lancaster Boulevard. Along with that, our city councilwoman will be giving the welcome address. Sister Sandra will be giving the address. We will also have Jackie Lacey with us, who is the county DA. And we'll have all of our sheriff departments and so forth there, our school system and so forth. So ladies and gentlemen, a day of services is the least we can do to tell the community we believe in the goals, objectives, ideas, and what he paid his life for. He went down April the 4th, 1968, serving. God bless you.
We have another councilwoman here today that I'd like to introduce and ask her to come up and talk. It's not a day of service for her, it's a yearly thing for her. She gives her life to the service of others. Councilwoman Sandra Johnson.
Well, good day. As we were just hearing, the Day of Services is not just a day, but it's a yearly thing that we do. We all have role models in our lives, whomever that may be. It could be our parents, it could be our spouse, it could be our children, it could be our bishop. And we are privileged to be able to honor a gentleman who is a role model to so many, Martin Luther King. As you just heard, it's not about the color of the skin, and it's not about the country you came from, and it's not about the religion you're from either. It's about what you do for your community. And that's what Martin Luther King represented, and that's what we are to represent, and that's what we continue representing here in our community. So let's not just forget for just this day of services that we do this, but let's do it every day in some way, shape, or form. Doesn't have to be financially, but it could be something that we're passionate about and give to others in our community. And that's what we here represent in the city of Lancaster. Thank you again, and God bless you.
We're very excited, as you can tell, about the 2015 Day of Service. It's occurring on January 17th this year, and there's a plethora of opportunities to get involved. We have over 30 projects this year, some of those right here at Eastside Elementary with a school garden and pond project. We'll be delivering meals to the men's winter homeless shelter at the Antelope Valley Fairgrounds, creating a new family therapy room at the Children's Center of the Antelope Valley, a tree planting project at American Heroes Park, repairing the ceiling of Grace Resource Center. We've got tutoring opportunities. We've got senior makeovers. So there really is, it runs the gamut of opportunities to get involved. And here to tell you a little bit more about that is this year's project coordinator, Candace Vanderhyde.
Thank you all for coming. I'm so thrilled to see all the faces in this room because that's exactly what this is all about. This is my favorite part of MLK Day of Service is the community. It's the beauty of everybody coming together. We have families that have been with us for years who their kids were small when they started and now they're grown and they've instilled that civic responsibility in their children by bringing them to MLK Day of Service. We have nonprofits, businesses, individuals who need service hours for any program that they might be in. We have a need for a minimum of 1,000 volunteers this year, but we can take as many as 3,000. There are projects that also are on other days. This is a celebration, it's a season, it's not just one day. On Sunday, the 18th, we also have an adult day healthcare clothing drive. We have on the 29th, Thursday the 29th, a very important census that's going to be taken of our homeless community that will help bring more resources here to Lancaster. And I encourage anybody, if you've never had the opportunity, you think it's on the 17th, there's so many other opportunities. There's blood donations, there's CPR workshops, there's even the senior adult AM exercise class that's usually Monday through Thursday is going to host a special class that Saturday and do a fundraiser associated with that. So any interest that you might have, whatever the call of your heart for service, please come and join us. We also have an opportunity for people to give resources. All projects have a need for resources, whether it be refreshments for volunteers, wood to build a school garden here at Eastside Elementary School, or even seeds. We're going to be doing some seed propagation for that garden. There's plenty of opportunities to give. I'd really like to also at this moment thank both Southern California Edison for their large event benefactor sponsorship and First City Credit Union for coming alongside us as well. We couldn't do it without everybody in this community saying that this is important to us and we want to create sustainable value here. Thank you so much.
As Candace said, this really is a community event, and we wouldn't be able to do it without our partners. And those include people from nonprofits, from local businesses, from national businesses, and everyone in between. It is my pleasure, representing some of those organizations today, to introduce David Howard, the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources for the Eastside Union School District.
Good morning and welcome to Eastside Union School District. It is our privilege and our pleasure to host this event. As Reverend Hearn stated earlier, Martin Luther King made a legacy of change in this world, and the day is what we make of it. What we're going to do is make it a great day on the 17th and continue to make the change we want to see in the world. Now, that only happens with great leadership, and that leadership and this issue for Eastside was presented by Ms. Marissa Risling, principal of Eastside Elementary. Cannot thank you enough. Let's hear it from Ms. Risling. Her initiative to expose our students to different alternatives of learning, different ways of knowing, it can't be thanked enough. The kids can learn only from a book so much. It takes hands-on learning to make a difference. They're going to learn not only that, but the community and understanding that it isn't just us. It does take a village, and thank you for being part of that. Very much so. Eastside Union District thanks you and the community, and we welcome back next year, too.
I want everyone to understand what Lancaster is about. It's about building a community. We don't see color. We don't see anything but labor of love. We partner with our faith-based community. We partner with our education community. It's a partnership. The city of Lancaster is about that. And we urge all of you today, we urge you to go to Justice Sunday. It's on the 18th, correct, Henry?
On the 18th, 4
It's
o'clock.
4 o'clock. It's the only way you want to meet these people, okay? You're talking about the DA of the entire
LA County.
LA County. You're
And the
talking
sheriff.
about the sheriff.
Of LA County.
If you want to meet them in a good condition, this is the time to do it, okay? You don't want to meet them other times. And we just thank you, and thank you for having us here today. Thank you.